All right, we just went through between, or came out of between time and space, and we're still in the Milky Way Galaxy, and we're going to a ship, I found out. And there it is. There's a ship ahead of us. Okay. Gilly is flying towards that. It's just Gilly and I. So Blue and the Sophia Dragons are not with us today. Is this an Andromeda Council ship? Yes, it is. Okay. That's why we don't have to be cloaked or anything. Correct. All right. And, oh, this is odd. We're going in a side entrance. Usually Gilly flies in through the cargo hold like the ships do. So, is it an elevator? We're going up? Okay. Yeah, we went in this side area. We've done this before, but it's very rare. And then it closes off and then kind of raises up like an elevator. Okay. The door is opening to the cargo hold. Oh, Gilly's already laying down. I will rest while you're gone. All right, we'll see you soon. Hello, Galilee. Good to see you. Hello, Kari and Willem. Hi. Good to see all of you. And Mark, did you want to say hello?
Yeah, namaste, everyone. And as you know, we appreciate all your love and support, and we give you all of ours as well, as you well know.
Yes, hello, Mark. Namaste. All right, so we are walking through the cargo hold. So what is on the agenda for today? A meeting. We want to have a meeting and talk to you about what's happening on Earth versus what's happening in the solar system and the galaxy. Okay, good. Good. That was what Mark and I were hoping for. Yes, we heard. Okay, so we are on a people mover, a conveyor belt kind of thing. Except they're much larger than what you see at an airport. And so well, we'll see who's there to greet us today when we get to this meeting. We're walking through the hallway right now, and this is an Andromeda Council ship, right? Yes, it is. Yes, it is, Karen. Is this the ship that you live on or a different one? It's a different one. We came here to meet you. Okay. All right. We're going in a conference room. Aw, there's Commander Zillion. Hello, namaste. And Ambassador Kassandr. Namaste. Hello, guys. So good to see you.
Yeah, namaste.
Namaste, Mark. And who else is here? Oh my gosh. That's the Buddha Ganesh. Hello. From Inner Earth Council. Yay. Hello. Namaste. And the mayor's here? Wow.
Namaste.
So we're having a meeting here instead of in Inner Earth. Correct. We decided to gather here we had some other work to do as well, and other meetings. The mayor is saying, the tarot mayor. So good. Thank you. Okay. Good, good, good. Oh, there's some other beings coming aboard now, coming into the room. I don't recognize any of these beings. Galilee, where are they from? They are from other planets in this solar system, and we want to bring forth information for all of you. Okay. Very great.
Will Shimmer Light Being be present? Okay.
No, Mark. He will not be present.
Okay.
These beings are not humanoid, is what I wanted to say. That I'm seeing, which is interesting. So, all right. Ambassador Kassandr is calling the meeting to order. Now that you're all here, we would like to bring forth some information to support all of you about what's going on your planet and what's going on in the galaxy. As you all know, there's been tremendous upheaval for every single one of you, for every planet that we're dealing with right now. Much of that is due to coherence in the field. So for all of you, you're in a solar system transition right now, where there is a change in the coherence, the frequency patterns, the planetary alignments in your solar systems, which is causing this imbalance happening on your planet and in your environments. Now, what's important to realize is the reason for this chaotic shifting is to get rid of the old to bring in the new. And yes, we have been observing. We see that it is not pleasant what many of you are going through. But it's the only way to shift dimensionality. You've got to break down the old to build the new. Doesn't happen with a snap of the finger. We have introduced you all to the Light Kusha food energy, the ascension energy. We have helped to bring it to your planet through intentionality, because we cannot bring it there physically. Everyone here is coming from a third dimensional planetary system. And that is the other distinction that we can share with you. In a third dimensional system, your powers that be are not going to cooperate with this kind of an energy process. They want control. They want power. They're not going to do anything that aligns with ascension. That is why we have asked all of you to assist with the intentionality of the energy. And we want you all to know that there's been varying results of that. Oh, he's pulling up a chart right now. And, excuse me, Galilee is showing me Earth in a close-up view. As you can see by the view you're looking at for each of your planets, there are varying degrees of what's happening right now. For many of you, the intentionality is very low. It's not really shifting the way we had hoped it would. But in our observations and working with all of the groups within your planetary systems, we also realize that there has not been a lot of effort put into bringing this energy onto the planet. And we want you to know that it's going to take more intentionality. We can work with you. We can't do it for you. You have to want it enough to ask for it on a daily basis. All right, so that's one of the first main features of this information. Please increase your intentionality to bring fifth dimensional ascension energy onto the planet. You can do it through this resource, run it through the soil, water, air. You can do it with prayers and intentionality and a different focus. There isn't only one way to do this. There are multiple ways to do this. Find what works for you. Okay, the second thing we wanted to let you know about. We are seeing storm patterns that are highly unusual. And you're all seeing that chart in front of you for your planet. The key to the storms that are happening, again, with the dimensional shift that is happening for your planet in the solar system they are in, with the shifts that are happening in the Aquarian age, you are going to continue to see these, and they're going to continue to get rather intense. We are not seeing everyone taking a stand for this. We want to ask you to put intent into the peace of the weather. Put intent into clearing the chemicals that are being used to transition the weather, to shift it. Put in the thought process, the intent, the prayer, the light energy into those places that need it to shift this outcome. That's very, very, very important. The weather patterns are greatly affecting the planet. They're affecting the water, the soil, the fauna, the algae. They're affecting the basics of life on the planet. Very important. You're all seeing extremes in temperatures, in dynamics, in resolutions, and in storms. They're intensifying. So yes, it's a natural process, but it can also be manipulated to be more intense. Farther reaching. There's technology to do all of this. And many of you here do know about it, which is great. So keep an eye open for those kind of things. It's easy to get caught up in the chaos. And as one of the members here today said, clown show that's happening. So what you want to do, make sure don't feed that energy. Whatever you focus on expands. So if you feed on the insanity, or focus on the insanity, if you talk about the insanity, if you watch the insanity in any way, shape, or form, you give it energy. Is that really what you want to feed? Energy feeds something to grow. Is that what you want to grow on the planet? And if not, then Get off that bandwagon and onto another one that feeds what you believe in. Start focusing on what you want to create instead of what you don't want. That's, again, what the powers to be are very good at coming up with. They can figure out exactly how to manipulate you into this pattern of not being fully engaged in a solution. They want you fully engaged in the problem. And when you're focused on the problem, you expand it energetically. Focus on the solution and you will expand that exponentially. Critical, crucial for you to all realize right now. That is a very important piece. And some of you are civil disputes. You're having either physical wars or fights and combats in many different forms on the planets right now. Again, when the old comes down, and those that want to keep the play for the greed and the profit of it, they are going to fight you with every last banana they have. They are going to fight to the bitter end. You cannot engage with them. You just have to. Focus on the solution. Focus on seeing them, the situation enlightened, because all light dissipates dark. All light dissipates dark. So if you think there's a dark agenda involved, then you bring light to it. Because light dissipates dark. Okay. Now that I've got all of you thinking, what other questions do you have for me? Please write them down, and I will come to each of your stations and we will talk about those issues. Thank you for your attendance. We will have more meetings later this afternoon, but for right now, let's talk about what your questions are. Let's talk about what you want to create. Let's talk about the intentionality that you want to set in your minds and as a group to move forward right now on this planet, on your planet. He is getting a round of ovation. And that's it. He's off the stage. He's coming to talk with us first, since you don't need to stay for any other meetings, Karen. Great. Okay. Mark, we were going to ask about the Ukraine, right? We wanted to know about that situation. Okay. Think about some other questions if you have any.
I
border.
Do have a couple,
That's another one.
Yeah. I do have a couple, but let's talk about these first.
Okay. Hello, Ambassador Kassandr. Hello, namaste. Namaste, Karen and Mark. So,
Namaste.
Our first question is about the Ukraine war and what is going on with that situation. Is it really a war or is it a money laundering scam? It's both. It's both. And Karen, sorry, but Your terminology, shit show, just makes me laugh. It really is a clown world shit show. It's just unbelievable what's happening on Earth right now. I've never seen it so insanely crazy. You're right. I mean, Babylonia and Rome were kind of the last time it was this bad off. So, Ukraine is. It is a war. It is a war for control and dominance over certain areas, certain physical areas of the Ukraine that Russia wants control of. But it is also a war to end some of the biowarfare lab activity that's going on, and that is genetically specific to the Russians. So there's that piece to the puzzle. And as you said so well, it is also a money laundering scheme. This money is being sent from America to the Ukraine and going right into the hands of the World Economic Forum to create their 2030 agenda. What do we do, Ambassador Kassandr? How do we stop this? It's gotten outrageously insane. Exactly. There's nothing you can do on ground to heal this scenario. The healing has to come from the spiritual realm. It has to come from the meditative realm. You're very good about doing your meditations, Karen, and you get to a point during the day when you just send the energy. Send the energy to that single mom. Send the energy. Focus where you want to direct your field. And that will change the world.
Sounds good.
Good. Yes, it does. All right. Mark, your question. Next question.
Yeah. How about the Mexican and Canadian border with the U.S. and as you know, what's been going on there as well?
The Canadian border is being controlled by Canada. But the Mexican border, that's another total not even a shit show. It's a planned, intended assault on America. What do we do about it, Ambassador Kassandr? What do we do about it? This is where you have to hold the field. You have to hold the field. Mark, you especially can create a consciousness field that is going to make it very hard for these beings to cross over into and disconnect from. So, in other words, yes, if you can create of energy that will be a deterrent for people to want to walk across.
All right, I can work
Karen,
on that.
Great, perfect. Karen, you can keep working on the intentionality and spotlight it. Spotlight, spotlight, spotlight. Truth, rise and shine. Keep surrounding the children in healing cocoons of love and light. Keep doing those kind of things. Keep talking about it, even though people do not want to hear it. They do not want to hear it. And for both of you, connect with Kari's group. Have them work with you on this to create that field and to create the intentionality around it. What about,
Mm.
the busing and the shipping and was it 250,000, I think they said, in December alone, Mark? It's just, how
Okay.
are we going to handle this as a nation? Again, you just have to keep putting light and love around everything, because it has gotten outrageously crazy. And the elite are using this as an open door policy for trafficking. Everything. Children, adults, guns, drugs, all being trafficked. Illegal products, all being trafficked. Got it.
Okay.
It doesn't seem like enough to just say, we don't want this to happen, and create the intention. Call on inner earth to help. Call on the elementals to help. Call on the ancients to help. Call on everyone. Put up the fields around the border. Wrap all the children in love and light. Yep, you guys have connections. Use the dragons. A legion of dragons at the border.
Yep. And the Phoenix are good too.
Yeah. Can we have the people see the dragons? That would make them run the other way, wouldn't it?
I love that.
But the sad part is that, I almost wish that we could have like sniffing dogs. Like the dogs could sniff out the people who have the evil intentions versus the people who have loving intentions that just want to create a new life. Those have come across already. These are all just being shipped in. It's gotten so out of hand and out of control right now that it's going to implode. Going to implode on the powers that be that are doing this. So again, if you hold the field for the truth to shine, then this will be exposed. Hold the vision for what the world you want to live in. That's going to be your best bet.
Right.
Okay.
All
right. Mark, did you have any other questions?
Yeah, as we were coming in, we were greeted by Buddha Kanesh and the Tarot. Do they have a specific update with their expertise to share with us?
Good question, Mark. They're involved in another meeting right now.
Okay.
But what I could tell you is, Kari, would you fill them in on Inner Earth? Yes, that will be part of my conversation, Mark. So we have had Inner Earth Council meetings without the two of you, and what's amazing is the camaraderie, the teamwork, and the connections that have been through this council, which hadn't been happening. We were all living peacefully separately, and now we're all living peacefully connected. And that's a wondrous thing. And that is one of the intents that we are sending forward from our meditation groups. We are sending the intentionality that you're all connected, living as one in peace. So I want you to know that, because I know, Karen, that's been one of your huge concerns, is the division that has been created. It's disheartening to see how much division has been created on the surface of Earth. Please know that we are working to counterbalance that at this time. Thank you. We need it. Yes, you do. So as far as the tarot and the darrow, those cousins are getting along fabulously. And for those who might not have heard those shows, the darrow and the tarot are the beings that look like Ganesh. They have the nose, the elephant trunk nose with the hands. So they are a cross between a biped being, 2 legs, and an elephant with a trunk. And they are greatly known for their ability at commerce and finances and economics. That's their forte. And like in the human species where you have white and dark skin, they have a light skin and a dark skin. Light skin being the tarot, dark skin being the darrow. More of a yellow skin. And they didn't used to get along. They used to fight. But they have found peace in the nation, and that continues. And it's very joyous to work with them and see their worlds combined, connected, and working together. So we feel that by working together internally in Earth, we are helping to create that vibration for the surface of Earth to take on as well. So we are working with that. Thanks for asking, Mark.
Yeah. So with their background with the financial, the commerce, and all that, like you said, what progress is being made on the surface with their support and, of course, others?
Oh, so I think Mark's getting to the point where, the currencies and the digital banking system they're trying to implement versus the Bitcoins, all of that. Is that what you're referring to, Mark?
Yes. Basically there is the gold asset-backed crypto, all of the countries on the planet going asset-backed in a new structure that is supportive to our global freedom and moving forward for the greater good of humanity and the planet on the surface.
In case people aren't understanding what Mark is saying, it's asset. And I know it's really hard because it sounds like you said acid.
No.
He means asset as in ASSET. So
Yes.
Currency backed by oil, coffee, iron, copper, gold, silver, any kind of valuable asset that will support the currency and the country based on what their country produces. It could be palm oil. I mean, there's all kinds of things that could be considered an asset. So,
Right.
So Kari, do you have any guidance for us there? I do. Basically, everything's up in the air right now for your currency system. There are groups that want Bitcoin. There are groups that want the digitized banking. There are groups that want the currency. There are groups that want an asset-backed currency. So when I say, groups that want currency that are fiat-based, which is Federal Reserve system-based with no asset value backing it, versus the groups that want to bring out a global reset of currency and have it based on assets, ASSETS. So that is what's happening right now. As far as the darrow and the tarot are concerned, They are holding the field for 5D business and industry and how that will be run. Will that be run by individuals? Will it be run as a whole? Will you have bits and pieces of all of the above? We don't know. Right now, it's all over the place. It keeps varying. And what is really important is what you focus on. What you focus on. We know Karen is involved in something called the Global Walkout. Started in Australia, and they're creating opportunities and ideas and tasks for people if they choose to jump on board with the intent globally. And the first intent was to use cash to buy things. Let them know you still want cash. The cash is going to need to be a redeemable source and not a credit card with an interest rate or an expiration date on it. If you use the cash, then you're showing them, we've got a substantial part of the population that's not digitized. It's not credit card based. And so there are steps you can take on that regard. So the bottom line, Mark, is a lot has shifted and a lot is still in question. It's a 50-50 at this point.
Right, because there's been a lot of talk that it's moving into next month to February, that there's going to be a big shift in the right direction regarding a lot of this.
Focus on the shift you want. That's the best advice we can give you, because what you feed expands and grows. So if you focus on digital systems, it will expand. If you focus on Bitcoin, it will expand. If you focus on currency, it will expand. Whatever you do, focus on what you want to create. Okay. I just lost my train of thought. Mark, do you have any other questions?
So, energetically, I know that's what you always monitor on the planet globally. Do you see a shift in the collective consciousness by the true light workers, way showers, those that are of human and heart focus and intention, working together in a more positive direction, or is there specific guidance for them specifically so that they are able to be divinely self-empowered to do more, to be more? You know what I'm saying?
Yes, we do. And what we can tell you is that there is a shift. There's a shift, but it keeps wobbling because a group of you will focus on what you want to create, the love you want, this, that, and the other thing, and then you get sucked back into the fear. And then you work your way back up to, this is what I want to create, this is what I want to create, and you get sucked back into the fear. And then, so it's this fluctuating up and down and up and down and up and down roller coaster of emotion. So, great question, because what we want you to focus on is keeping that vision intact, in place. Just keep that vision. You want to make sure you hold the field for what it is you want to create. Critical, crucial right now. And when you can do that, and just keep holding that in place, and do that for all of the above, do that for finances. Karen, I was hearing you wanted to ask about weather patterns. Yes, I do want to ask about weather patterns and the craziness and storms being manipulated and manifested and made to be destructive, like the cold snap that came and snapped, literally killed so many bushes and trees. And what's that doing to our flora and our fauna and the futures of all of our plants on Earth? Not doing good things to them. No. Again, just keep focusing on what you want to create. Get, set up things the way you want it to look. Create the images. Send out the energy to the storms. The more that you can meditate, the more that you can start working on shifting the energies and the patterns that you see around you and see happening, the more powerful you will become in your knowing of who you are, and the more powerful you will radiate it from the planet. Okay. That makes sense.
What is truly going on with our planet's plate tectonics, earthquakes, volcanoes, and so forth? Because there's an awful lot of talk and also evidence that's being shared about the earthquakes that's about to go and all of that here in the United States and elsewhere on the planet.
When you do your meditations and you connect to Inner Earth to ask for love and support, and let me remind all the listeners that the Andromeda Council, this is Curry speaking, everyone, the Andromeda Council is working with all of you in meditation. And all you need to do is ask and invite us in, invite in the ancients, invite in the elementals to assist in your prayer intentions when you're meditating. And do the prayer intention for the soil, for the water, for the air quality. The more that you can do that, the more that you can help to create a balance in the field. It's all about a balance in the field.
I mean, as we all know, the planet does need to go through changes and expand, and the planet will be getting bigger. That's just a matter of how it does that and what our experience is for those of us that live on the surface.
Yes. I was just hearing today, Curry, that there may be a pole shift. That we're way past time for there to be a pole shift. Is Earth in the midst of a pole shift? And if so, how are we going to support and take care of humanity in this process? It'll cause huge changes in everything if that happens. Keep Earth in a balance and a harmony. Make sure that you are just holding her in the light. Like Karen, when you do your meditations and you ask that, and you intend, demand, and declare that all governments and agencies and organizations and businesses and any group of two or more work in harmony, work in support of humanity and in harmony with Earth and Mother Nature. That's a huge intent in prayer. Everybody, please add that to your intent in prayer, that all businesses that you're demanding that all businesses work in harmony with Earth and nature, because that's going to the intent, you're creating the field, you're creating the focus, you're expanding it. That's where the power is. That's where you can make a difference. Okay?
All right.
That's what you need to be doing.
Now, let's just say, hypothetically, if there were to be an earthquake, say, to affect the eastern part of this country, I know they could, evacuate those areas to minimize the loss of life?
Let's not focus on what we don't want to create.
Okay.
Okay? Let's
All right.
let us work on those plans, but let's leave you all with focus on the intent of what you want to create in the world, in your life. Focus on that. Let's not give any focus to how to handle a catastrophe.
Okay.
Because that expands the possibility.
Okay.
Okay?
It'd be good for the listeners that are hearing a lot of that to hear this. Thank you.
Yes, Mark. Thank you both for the intent to create a conversation around what's going on the surface of Earth, because it keeps getting a lot of you hooked in the darkness and shifting your focus in the wrong direction. And it's really critical that we have you focus in the direction of expansion of good, expansion of light and love, expansion of creative forces that are moving you into the fifth dimensional vibrations. That's what's extremely important right now. And that's where the focus needs to be. With that, we need to take our leave because we have other meetings to go to.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you. Galilee's going to walk me goodbye, Kyrie. Thank you, Dylan. All right. And
namaste. Love you all, and we love and appreciate all of you, as you well know.
Goodbye, Ambassador Kassandr. Thank you. All right. Yes, we are headed out. So for the listeners, as I'm walking back to the cargo hold, we don't need to keep you on here any longer. I think the bottom line that we discovered today is focus on what you want to create. Focus on love and light. Focus on spotlighting and demanding the truth. That's one of my favorite things, is to just take spotlights and take a star, spotlight it. Where you want it on Earth. Spotlight. It sounds silly, but it's all about the quantum field and co-creating with it.
Right.
And the more that we do that, the more that we're in fifth dimension. And also, a friend of Mark and I, she was guided by a friend of hers, to start focusing your energy when you connect every day. Connect it to the 5D field. Connect it to the like kosher food energy, ascension energy. Connect it to love and light. Have love and light flow through you, to you, through you, from you. There's simple little tricks like that we can do that will expand this right now and cause us to hold the field. Now, I think there was a really powerful reason for the movie, Build It, They Will Come. I keep getting reminded of that all the time in my spiritual work. Karen, hold the field, build it, they will come. All of you, please join Mark and I in that exercise and practice, because that's where we can make a difference. That's where one person can counterbalance hundreds of thousands of people in the fear mode. If we can focus there, we can hold the space and counterbalance the darkness that's going on. And a simple reminder for everyone: light always, always illuminates darkness. That's what is. So the more we focus on the light, the more we illuminate the darkness. So those are the words of wisdom I wish to leave you all with. And you can find out more about Mark in the show notes and his work, and my work on my website. So we apologize for not being here in December. It was my father and the aunt that I was closest with passed away last month. And you can hear that I'm still dealing with some well-being. My well-being took a hit, and I've just been trying to work through the emotions of both of my parents passing away last year, and what that means in my world and my life, and huge, huge, huge transition. So thank you all. And what I also want to let everybody know is January 1st, there was a message from the wise ones. The wise ones are coming back. They are back, and they want to talk, and I will be bringing forth a message from them every month, and including light language toning with that and a meditation. So look forward to that. As soon as I can and get my energy back in balance again, I will be recording a February show for that. Hopefully around Valentine's Day is my intent. I thought that would be a good time to do it. So stay tuned, more to come. Happy 2023. May it be a year of focus, of love and light, and expansion of fifth dimensional energy in each of us and on the planet. Namaste and goodbye for now.